You are now listening to Mike's Opinion. Logic Unleashed.
That's right. You are now watching and listening to the world famous Mike's Opinion podcast. It's all brand new. What it do? How are you? Yeah, I'm trying to get new with it, right? You know I always want to know, how you doing? How are you doing? You doing all right? Yeah, my ice melted, but happy new year to you. 24. Clink, clink. 2024 is here. We in day 3. I'm dropping this on the 3rd. You know I drop every Wednesday. Almost every Wednesday. I try to be consistent with it for a variety of reasons. Every Wednesday at noon Central Standard Time, 1 o'clock East Coast time, 10 o'clock a.m. on the West Coast. You can look for a brand new episode. Brand new episode from the Mike's Opinion podcast. Looking to do big things in 2024. Now look, I'm not a household name yet. Really don't need to be. Really didn't want to do the video thing. Not trying to be famous, but it is what it is. If I'm in this space, I got to be in this space, right? So I am looking for people to make this go viral. I'm looking for people that believe in this content, that want to maybe join me in this journey. It's well established. 3.5 years. This April will be 4 years I've been doing the Mike's Opinion podcast. And, really, y'all that follow me know why I'm doing this, right? And thank y'all for doing so, for rocking with me, all 12 of y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I'd like to spread peace, positivity, and love. But what goes viral, what's popular to me, and this is my opinion, as y'all know, the Mike's Opinion podcast, I am Mike. Excuse me, is the bullshit, just to be honest with you. The drama, the negativity, the gossip. I just don't do that. That's not my interest. I'm just not into all of that. I don't watch it. I don't consume it. I'm not into it. Like some stuff, the algorithm will pop up, or some people will tell me, "Oh, did you see that? Did you see that?" There's a saying that I heard a long time ago. I don't know who to attribute it to, but it's small minds talk about people. Average minds talk about events. And great minds talk about ideas. So, at the risk of sounding judgy, I try to make my content be edutainment. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just, like I said, you got to be true to yourself, right? That's who I am. Anybody that knows me growing up in Harlem and the Bronx knows me. I've been different. I've just been different. I'm just going to summarize it like that. You say, yo, Mike, what's that got to do with the predictions of 2024? Nothing. Yeah, I know I digress. But it's interwoven. It's all connected all the time. You know what I'm saying? So, but I hope you are doing okay. I hope this brand new year, 2024, we got 362 days left. I hope it's all you want it to be. I hope it's great for our planet. It's really hard to be optimistic though, but I remain glass half full kind of dude. The glass is going to be half full for me, regardless of what's happening. So, hit me up, Mike's Opinion Show at gmail.com. Hit me up on any of the socials. Let me know. How'd you bring in a new year? How was your Christmas? Did you get the gift? Did you get that gift you wanted? Did you give the gifts people wanted? Did you go out, pop bottles, go see fireworks, or did you stay at the crib? Let me know. Hit me up anywhere that I just mentioned. You can always find any of those in the show notes if you don't remember. Those people, like I said, that support me. I really I can't tell you, how thankful I am. I'm hoping to grow in 2024. I can't do it without your help. So this is what I need you to do. First, for free, slide, tap, click, wherever you need to do that. And just, like, share, comment, follow, subscribe, especially if you're watching on YouTube. Take a second, just do that right now. Tell people if you like what you're hearing, like what you're seeing, like what you're seeing. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, do that. I would greatly appreciate that. And if you can contribute financially right now, I'm not behind the Patreon paywall, but you can PayPal safely through PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. Greatly appreciated. And if you've been wanting to, take the time to do it right now. Kick off the year right, so I can and reinvest that money and help grow this show. So let's get in to the Mike's Opinion podcast predictions for 2024. I'm going to break it down like this. I'm going to start by posing a question, and then I'm going to tell you what my predictions are. I invite you, share your predictions with me. Once again, you want to email me, mikesopinionshow@gmail.com, or hit me up on any of the socials, anywhere, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, IG, anywhere. I'm not on Rumble yet, but that's a goal for this year. I'm gonna get on Rumble. I think they can let me speak a little more freely. I don't know. I might do that, but I was reading some of the contracts on. I don't know. I don't want them to end up owning all my content, so I gotta see what's up there. If you got the inside track on Rumble and you've been doing it, let me know. So the elephant in the room, what directly or indirectly affects all of us is pretty much directly. But who will be the president? The newly or incumbent president of 2024. So I will throw on me reading glasses and go to my list because, of course, we cannot shy away from Donald J. Trump, former president, current indictee, been removed from the ballot in a couple of different states now, and the momentum seems to be growing. I look, I really, I'm torn. I just put it like that. I don't want to divulge too much about how I voted in the past. I've never voted for Donald Trump. I'll tell you that. But he right now, as far as front runners, is looking better than the current situation. You say, yo, Mike, what? Hear me out. I probably would rather not vote for Biden and not vote for anybody. And if Trump get in, he get in. Because when Trump was president, I'm just gonna say it, my life was still all right. He didn't reinstall slavery. He did reinvigorate and fuel a lot of bigotry and hatred from those people out there. For those of you who don't know, I have photographic proof, and rest in peace to my dear mother who just passed in 2023. My mother used to hang out with Trump. Now, this is back in like the 80s, like, you know what I'm saying? When Trump was doing rap videos and was bouncing around New York. I don't know what happened between him and my mom's. My mom's, elaborated up to a certain point, but I have pictures and firsthand testimony from my mother. My mother ran in different circles in New York, and yeah, I miss my mother. But Trump you got to say something for, a person who has played in court as much as he has, who whole establishments are trying to not only ruin him but imprison him. Just the stress level, like, and apparently, supposedly, he don't drink, smoke weed, or nothing. So he don't work out. So I mean, the stress. You gotta have a I don't give a fuck meter that's through the charts. Like, I don't, lawyer this up, lawyer this. I don't, whatever happens, happens. I guess maybe when you get in your 70s, goes to 80s, you just don't care. I'm in my 50s. There's certain things that just I used to care about. Don't really. It's not that I don't care. It's just I don't let it affect me. So all of those things considered, while I could never vote for someone who has paired themselves with bigots and extremists and racists. I remember what he did with the Central Park Five. So I couldn't bring myself to vote for him. I can't do it. I just can't do it. So, but my vote for Biden seems like I'm not really rocking with Biden. And the Democrats as a whole, they've been taking the black vote for granted. And for those of you who don't know, I am a black man. So I can't, and just the way the Dems is going with the trans stuff and I mean, yo, it's complicated. It's multifaceted. There's many factors involved. So I feel a duty, a responsibility, and I feel compelled to vote, particularly as a black man in this country, strictly because of the blood, sweat, tears, and lives that was sacrificed just so I would have the right to vote. You hear me? So I feel obligated. Like I gotta vote. I gotta vote. So it's always for me the lesser two evils because these politicians. You ever try to go see your politician, even your mayor? You ever try to get an appointment? Depending on the size of your city, it's a challenge. What you want? What? I got stuff to talk, to do, to go. What do you want, citizen? So I remember I've seen on several different occasions, you know, um, current presidents or candidates, coming into a city and they ain't playing. They got like 8 choppers. They didn't shut down blocks and blocks. They got Secret Service on the roof with high powered rifles. You can't talk to these people. You can go get you a photo op. You contribute 10, 15, 20 grand. Shake the hand, cheese. You might get a few words in, but you ain't getting next to these people. Not the commoners, not us, not the everyday people who really have the power. But I predict. But before I give you my prediction, let me just tell you. So in the Republican Party, we have Donald Trump, we have Nikki Haley, Rick DeSantis, Vivek Ramaswamy, Chris Christie, and Asa Hutchinson. Okay. Trump, clear front runner. But if he is convicted or jailed or taken off too many, states' ballots, and he's unable to secure a nomination, who's next? I think I want to say it's anybody, but Nikki is rising. Nikki Haley is rising. In the Democratic Party is a small pool: Joe Biden, Dean Phillips, and Marianne Wilson. And y'all go, who? What? Dean who? Marianne who? Yeah, it's like that, right? Because it take money to get your word out there, like big money to get your word out there. That grassroots shit ain't really popping these days. But it's Joe Biden, right? And Joe, I'm not an ageist. I'm not an age racist. I'm getting old. You see the gray hair? I'm getting old myself. So it's not really the age. It's the fully functionality. You're not fully functional. You are on decline, and you seem weak. Nothing against Joe Biden. I don't mean nothing personal, but you seem like it's time to go sit down. And a lot of people that are up in age have trouble surrendering the keys to their car or going into an assisted living or nursing home. And I understand sacrificing the independence and admitting to yourself you can no longer function fully. You know, when I get there, if I get there, I hope that I'm one of them 90-year-olds that's still fully functional because I took relatively good care of my body and my mind and my spirit. Um, but if I'm not, it's going to be reluctant, but I will surrender to being taken care of. And you got to know when, and saying this is the end of your life, I can't do it by myself no more. It's got to be difficult. But being a world leader, arguably the most powerful world leader in the free world, and you're stumbling, you saying wild shit, you can't remember shit, you mixing stuff up all the time. It's just not a good look. It's not a good look. And you look at some of the other world leaders, ain't none of them really fumbling like that. So say what you will about Trump, he still seems sharp enough. He still seemed like swagger. You ever seen Trump walk somewhere? He walked like, yeah, I'm that. I'm him. What's up? And I'm just saying, I can't vote for him, but, and it's not an ad for Trump. I'm just telling you how I see it. I'm just telling you how I see it. Let me know how you see it. I'd like to know I'm not alone in this. Real talk. Um, then there's the independents, which includes the Libertarian Party, the Green Party. We got Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Chase Oliver, Jill Stein, and Cornel West. Those complete the list of people that are really still kind of in it. But let's be honest, who has a real snowball's chance in hell in getting elected is Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Now, if Donald Trump comes to all his troubles and is unable to run for whatever reason, then I think you got Nikki Haley or Ron DeSantis. I do not think Vivek Ramaswamy, Chris Christie, or Asa Hutchinson have a chance. But what I'd like to ask you before I give you my prediction for who's going to win the presidency in November of this year, 2024. Why don't we have anybody else? The youth swagger of a John F. Kennedy, of a Barack Obama. I'm not going to say George Bush Jr. because he ain't really had a swagger like that. He had the, relatively youth. But Kennedy and Obama, where is a leader that's charismatic, young enough, 40s, 50s, sharp, kind, um, and is a man or woman of the people, right? Of the nearly, I don't know, nearly what, 350 million people in the United States right now, maybe more. I can't remember what the last census said, but it was well over 300 million people. There's not a couple of people, of course, I'd like to see another person of color, any color, other than the color that's been running it for the last 400 years. Um, I would love to see a woman do it. Nikki Haley, supposedly Native American. Um, so what do you think? Why is it so difficult in this country for a person like a Kennedy or an Obama to come to the forefront? Even though Obama just is ascended quickly, right? So my prediction for who will win president for the year 2024 is Joe Biden. I say that for a multitude of reasons, but I think they're going to do the same thing that they did in 2020 and they're going to push through. Now, as far as the House and the Senate, I don't know. I think the Republicans are going to get the Senate. I think the Democrats are going to win the House. They're going to have the majority in the House again. Moving on. Will planet Earth last another year? And you said, yo, Mike, you put that on the list? Yes. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Do you remember how shocked we all were when September 11th happened? Hmm? When we witnessed the World Trade Center buildings, the Twin Towers, which I've been in multiple times, still is remarkable to me that they're gone. But when we watched them fall and America was attacked, and that was a surprise to the vast majority of us, it wasn't a surprise to some. I'm not going there today, but it was not a surprise to some. Look it up. The Earth is warming. The Earth's poles, North and South poles, have shifted in the past. The North and South poles have not always been where they are currently located. Facts. So, earthquakes in Japan recently, and my heart, prayers, and thoughts goes out to those in Japan. They just suffered over seven, I think 7.5 on the Richter scale, a day or two ago now. But Japan is used to having earthquakes, but not a large one. There was a tsunami warning and all of that. But earthquakes, volcanoes, hurricanes, tornadoes. I mean, all of these things, they're ramping up. 2023 was the hottest, 2022, I think was the hottest year on record. 2023 is probably going to beat it, and so is 2024. Now, whether that's human cause, natural causes, whatever the cause is, the earth is changing. Could we all one day experience a massive pole shift and a severe reduction in population? I think it's possible. Not a doomsdayer. I'm just keeping it 100. And all of the geologists, all of the meteorologists, all of the people, the geologists, physicists, scientists, meteorologists, the istices, all of those people that monitor these conditions, our ocean temperatures, our ground temperature. I mean, all of these things. They can predict. They can use their instruments. They can do all these things. But Mother Earth, Gaia, may surprise us and say, guess what? Y'all are wilding down here on my surface and a little bit underground. I'm wiping the slate clean. We're going to start over. Now, as a husband, a brother, father, grandfather, a son, uncle, I'm all of those things. I do not want to see this happen. anytime soon. But just like September 11th happened, most of us remember where we were, especially if we were of a certain age. It could happen, and no bug out bag, no, you know, shelter, no safe room, no doomsday bunker is going to help any of us. I predict in 2024 that that's not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. Not yet. I do not think a pole shift disaster like that or some other huge world affecting mega disaster like that is going to happen in 2024. I think it's still going to keep ramping up in subtle fashion. Gradually, the weather's going to keep getting more intense and more and worse. These things are going to happen. So that's my prediction for that. The next one is Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptocurrency going to blow up. I don't know about you. Got me a little bit of bit. I got a little bit of bit. Got a little Bitcoin. Got a little Ethereum. Got a little Dogecoin. Little this, little that. It ain't nothing heavy. It's a little something. And I don't know if that's still current, but as of yesterday, Bitcoin went over $43,000. Now, remember at its peak, I think it was close to 80,000 per coin. But it was down in the 20s. It's rebounding, y'all. It's rebounding now. Before I say what I'm about to say, consult your financial advisor. If something goes wrong, don't come back to me saying, yo, Mike of the Mike's Opinion podcast said, yo, cop this crypto and I lost all my money. Nope, you grown. Do you. Do your own due diligence. Do your own research. But I'm copping some more. You may want to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what your budget is. Mine's tiny. But if you could do like $20 a week, like whatever you like, cut down on, whatever you spend daily. I don't know, coffee, a sandwich, whatever. $20 a week. If you want to round it up 25, make it an even $100 a month. That's $1,200 a year. And invest. It don't have to be in crypto. It could be in anything. But play that market. Them rich people play with this market. They make major moves. The market, play with it. Now you can get in and out without any commissions. And I'm not going to say no names because I'm not sponsored. And nobody give me no money to say their names. Do your due diligence. Do your own research. You can search for how to invest without commissions, how to invest with zero commissions, how to invest commission free, and you will find how to do that. You don't have to have a broker these days, but you do need to read. You do need to do your research. And I mean, if you're really doing it right, you need to be on it 3, 4, 5 times a day. You need to be checking. All can be done on a smartphone these days. Do that. My prediction, Bitcoin is going to blow up this year, along with the rest of the crypto, with Bitcoin being the leader. Bitcoin is integrated. It really is. And some countries have used it as their currency. A lot more businesses are taking it. You can do transactions with Bitcoin. So I believe it's here to stay. And I believe I don't know if it's going to stabilize around this $40,000-$50,000 a coin, or if it's going to skyrocket. I think it's going to blow. I've heard many people say it's going to go over $100,000 a coin. So if it's at 43 right now, that's more than double if it hits 100. Double money sound good to me. That's my prediction um for Bitcoin. My next prediction has to do with AI, artificial intelligence. So I started writing a book with AI, and it wasn't as easy as I thought it was because even though you use AI, if you like me and are thorough, you still got to read it and do all that, and it's on the back burner. It's coming, but it's on the back burner. But I like to tell, certain people, I missed out on crack. And I know that sounds horrible, right? I was in New York when crack was birthed. I ain't get no crack money. I just missed out on hip hop. I know a lot of the pioneers. Well, I don't know. I know several of the pioneers in music. I know a lot of famous people. Well, I can't say a lot. I know many famous people. And I've been in the room with lots of famous people, parties, clubs, stuff like that. And so I missed out on these things. The birth of the internet came, I didn't get rich, right? A lot of .com bubble burst when it first came out. Um, and I keep, you know, I don't want to say I focus on getting rich, but I mean, for many, I mean, in society, that's the definition of success. You get rich. Don't matter if you're ugly, pretty, tall, short, fat, skinny. None of that matters. If you get rich, you made it. It doesn't matter if you hate your life or you hate your spouse or your health sucks or your kids hate you. None of that matters. If you're rich, you're successful. It's ridiculous. I am rich in many ways, but not money. Now, I've had a little money in the past when my business was at its peak. And I can tell you, I know people with money, some people. Having a lot of money makes certain parts of your life easier. There's a well known saying I'm sure you've heard, money does not buy happiness. Well, there's an asterisk next to that because in this world today that we live in, money can make you smile a lot. It may not be genuine happiness, but you're going to smile a lot. You're going to smile a lot. Okay. So I would like to have money, not cool, so I can buy a Bentley with fish tank seats and a gold gear shift, or eat with gold cutlery or silverware, goldware. Or it's like I could say, na 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 na. Look what I have. No, no. I would like to get rich so I can help people. Would I enjoy the luxuries that come along with that? Of course. I would love to own a boat, like a yacht would be nice. I would love to own a home that's big enough, spacious enough. I would like to have a nuclear fallout shelter that can house, I don't know, 500 of my closest people. Um, I would like to help people in all the ways. That's what I would like to do. I would also like to travel a lot of this planet that I have yet to see in person. Um, so those are things I would do with money. And if I can get heavier into Bitcoin or stocks and learn more about it, if you are getting money with the crypto, the market, stocks, bonds, options, forex, any of that stuff, I mean, and you can prove it to me, and you just want to help me grow my money, please reach out. Mike's Opinion Show at gmail.com. or any of the socials, DM me, PM me, direct message, private message. I don't care. Let me know. And I'm just gonna let you know up the butt. I mean the back. I need to start with like $100. I don't have no $10,000 to give you. I'm looking to take 100 and turn it into 2 million. So if you could do that, and I know it's not overnight, but if you could guide me into how to do that, that'd be greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. My prediction: Bitcoin is going to blow up. And I said that already. I was actually on AI, wasn't I? My bad. So, artificial intelligence, it's hard to predict for me what AI, because it's here. And what I was saying was, all the things that I missed, I was here when it started. I'm here when AI started, and it's still in its infancy per se. There's people using AI to write books, movies, produce creative content. There are people using AI in schools to write their papers. And I'm sure there's AI out there that's you know performing well in the market for people. And analytics, algorithms, they've been in the market for a long time. And a lot of people, I'm sure, are rocking like that and are winning. Let me in. Let me in. I deserve it. I'm worth it. Let me in. Um, I predict that in the year 2024, artificial intelligence will not wipe us off the planet. I can't say for 2025, 2026, because this shit is growing exponentially. AI is. But in 2024, I think we'll still be alive. I think we're going to be okay. It's not going to be like that movie. I think it's called War Games with Matthew Broderick. Um, where AI said, I'm launching all the nukes, killing all the humans, because AI don't really care if it's radiation, right? So I think AI will continue to change the game, though. It's going to eventually change the landscape of who is and who is not employable. The whole landscape of employment and jobs available is going to be different. It's going to be affected by artificial intelligence. So that's my prediction for AI. I put this one on the list because it's already here. I'm going to tell you why. So the question is, will self-driving cars become the norm? Before I'm going to give you my prediction before I even go into the explanation. And the answer is yes. Yes. Now, they may not completely become just fully integrated as the norm in 2024, but in 2024, we're going to continue to step in that direction. Case in point, company called Waymo. Alphabet, which is the company that owns Google, I hate saying their names. But they also own Waymo. And they have an app currently that you can utilize in San Francisco and in Phoenix, Arizona, San Francisco, California, and in Phoenix that you can hail, like, you call or hail an Uber. You can get you a Waymo, a car with no humans in it. You're the only human, and it drives itself. The future is here. Think about it. Now, I'm a child born in the 60s, grew up in New York, 70s, 80s, 90s, New York City. And I have witnessed all of this technological progression. I used to watch black and white TVs that you had to get up to turn the channel and change the volume. I grew up with rotary telephones. Okay. I'm not going to go through the list of the things I've witnessed the advent and creation of, but there are many things I have watched these things. So for me, self-driving cars was a thing I saw in the movies. It's here now, today. You can buy a vehicle that has autopilot, and there have been many people caught on video knocked out on the highway like this. Car going 60, 70 miles an hour. It's here. Truckers, the whole trucker industry is fighting it because self-driving trucks are here. So that's why I predict that, yes, self-driving cars will eventually become the norm. So this is just a funny one that I thought I said I'm going to include it. Will I get rid of my dad bod? Ugh. Now, if you're looking at me right now on YouTube, instead of listening to this on one of the DSPs, you see this? I'm not fat, is my point. But that dad bod, this midsection, this what they call spare tires, a little rounder than I'd like it to be. I predict that I am going to keep trying. I'm going to keep trying. My wife is a great cook. I cook good. Food is good. And, my heredity, my DNA, I got slimness in my fam. So, I'm just blessed with that because I should be about 350. I should be, right now, I'm just shy about 2 bills. You know what I'm saying? Strong. Still feeling strong. But I'm gonna try to get rid. I'm not taking none of these diet pills and injections. I just ain't that dude. I don't take no pharmaceuticals at all. So for me, getting rid of this spare tire, it's a struggle, yo. Pies and fried food and fried shrimp basket. Don't get me started with the food tonight. I had the sausage and lentil soup. Mwah, homemade from scratch. Big up to wifey. Delicious. Delicious. Food is delicious. Period. So I predict that I don't know. That's just real talk. The spare tire might be there. Dad bod might be in full effect all year. I don't know. I'm gonna try though. I'm gonna try to eat more vegetables, drink more water, fried chicken, them pies, them desserts, there's rich foods. They be calling me like, yo, Mike, it's delicious. Just one bite, have a bite. Okay, have a bowl. No, have a plate. You gotta live, man. Yo, you gotta have balance, right? You gotta have balance. I don't need to look like the Rock. I'm me. Gotta have enjoyment. And some of that food, I know do you know we really wasn't born? Yo, we not supposed to be eating for satisfaction and enjoyment. You realize that, right? We're supposed to be eating for sustenance and health. Like food ain't really supposed to taste that good. You're supposed to eat it and let it nourish you and sustain you and build you up. But that's not how we rock, especially in the Western Hemisphere here in America. We eat for pleasure. And I got to tell you, I am one of those too. I try to work out. I try to eat vegetables and drink water. I don't drink soda. But the struggle is real. Anyway, I would like to see my 6-pack back. I mean, if I scrunch and the lighting is right, I could see it. It's still in there. The six pack is in there. It's not too far gone. I'd like to see it back. But if it don't never come back, I'm gonna be all right. Cause you know what? I'm gonna be happy with the food I eat. Ugh. So yeah, there's that. So yo, this next one, I just I asked the question: will Shohei Ohtani live up to the $700 million hype? So for those of you who don't know, you're like, Shohei who? What? What'd you say? Shohei Ohtani is an Asian baseball player who plays for the MLB, um, Major League Baseball. And he just inked the biggest sports contract, $700 million over 10 years. He's only taken 20 up front. He deferred the other 680 million to the end of the contract. Pressure? Or when you get to that point, you just like, yeah, I'm gonna do what I do, and if it don't do what it do, then that's gonna be done. I still gonna need my money. I predict Shoei is gonna show out. He gonna pitch and throw strikes, and he gonna knock home runs out the park. Babe Ruth reincarnated. But I ain't mean to like put him down like that. He's him in the baseball field. So I believe my prediction is Shohei Ohtani is going to show up and show out, and he's going to get it done, at least in 2024. Now, in any sport, we all know injury is possible. I do not wish that upon Shohei or anyone else for that matter. But getting hit by errant pitch, sliding into the bag and wrong, and injuring, injuries have ruined many an athlete's career. I hope that don't happen to him. On that same note, um, who will win the World Series? Who's going to win the World Series in 2024? The I live in Texas. The Texas Rangers won it 2023. Big ups to them. And it's really hard not to say that the Dodgers, like, how could they not win? They got Shohei Ohtani, and they just signed that kid, Yamamoto, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who's also on the Dodgers. So Dodgers been spending mad loot with the money they've spent and the powerhouse that they are. I'm still not choosing them to win the World Series. I'm choosing the Rangers again, the darlings of the baseball world, to win the World Series again, to repeat. That is my prediction for the 2024 World Series. Now, next, excuse me. Will the Knicks, the New York Knickerbockers, make the playoffs? No, that's my prediction. No, they will not. And really, I really, I argue with some of my brothers in the group chat because I'm from New York, born and raised in New York, still in touch with a lot of my New York peoples. And I'm a pop as a Rolling Stone. Wherever he laid his hat is his home. So, I don't really rock with the New York teams, and they call me mutiny, you traitor. Yo, I get called all kind of names because I live in Dallas, Texas, in the Dallas, Texas area, the Metroplex as they call it, the DFW Metroplex. So this is where I'm at. This is who I'm rooting for, right? Yeah. So if you want to know my prediction, who's going to win the NBA championship? I think it's going to be the Dallas Mavericks. And for one reason and one reason only. Luka Doncic. Doncic. I always have trouble saying his name. Luka is a bad boy, balling out. He got a relatively good supporting cast. You know, Mark Cuban just sold the team. If you didn't know, now you know. He sold his majority stake to a Vegas billionaire, and they're trying to bring gambling into Texas, a whole big thing. But those are my predictions for the NBA. Knicks not going to make the playoffs. Mavericks going to win the championship. Luka going to score 50, put the team on his back just like he did the other night. Triple-double city. You know what I'm saying? So we cover MLB. We cover NBA. I'm not covering NHL, but I am going to cover the NFL. Now, I'm just going to say it. The Dallas Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl next month. Is it February? I think it's February. Keep pushing it out. The boys are balling, however inconsistent that they are. But I think it's their year. It's been a drought for a long time. And people could argue, I don't know, San Francisco. People were arguing the Eagles. Not, because guess who's going to be the NFC East champs? The Dallas Cowboys. That's right. But Baltimore, I don't know what's happening with my homie in Kansas City. There's these teams that's at the forefront, but I think them boys, don't sleep on them. Them boys, that's who's going to do it. And I know, like I said, the Mavericks, a lot of people, Timberwolves doing their thing right now. It's early in the season. And a couple more things to wrap this up. Who do you think is going to get best pitcher? A lot of people calling Oppenheimer. I didn't really dig in too much to know. Oppenheimer might get it. But I did dig in just a little bit into the upcoming Grammys in as many categories. But I'm going to end on this note. Who do you think is going to get Album of the Year? The nominees are Jon Batiste, Boy Genius, Miley Cyrus, Lana Del Rey, Janelle Monáe, Olivia Rodrigo, Taylor Swift, and SZA. Now, hit me up. Let me know who you think is going to win Album of the Year in the Grammys. And I'm going to tell you my prediction next week. On next week's episode. I'm going to start the episode. I will tell you who I think is going to have Album of the Year. But I want to compare it to what y'all think. So email me, mikesopinionshow@gmail.com. Hit me up on any of the socials. Let me know who you think is going to win Album of the Year. You can Google who the nominees are. I just said it. You can rewind it. Who you think is going to be? I'm not going to tell you. Till next week. Those are a few of my predictions for 2024. Share yours with me. I'd always like to know. I always want your feedback. I always like to know what you're thinking out there. Let me know. As always, I hope that you are okay. In fact, I hope you're doing great. I hope this year, 2024, this new year, is going to be real good to you. And I mean that as I do everything that I say. I mean that wholeheartedly. In any way you want it or need it to be, I hope this year is that year for you. I really, really do. If you are not okay, get, find, seek, reach out for the help in whatever it is. I know it takes courage to ask for help. I know it can be difficult to ask for help. But that's the first step to the journey to being okay. And I want to see you be okay. Okay? And then from okay, go to good. And then from good, you can go with great. You ever see somebody, how you doing? I'm great. That's where I want you to be. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Mike. This is the Mike's Opinion Podcast. I see you next week.
Thank you so much for listening to Mike's Opinion. Logic Unleashed.